My name is Kat, this is my channel Kat Can Sew, and this is my little place on the internet where I get to share my cross-stitch journey. Mostly my cross-stitch journey. I'm on Instagram under Kat Can Sew, and I'm really sorry it's been 4 weeks, but as you can hear, I've not been well. Last week I recorded and my sound quality was terrible. I have slightly improved now, but like little fuzzy flippy out bit on my hair, and now it's gonna drive me nuts because I know it's there. There we go. And the week before I'd had a skin reaction, so hence it's been 4 weeks. And my next episode will be in 3 weeks time, because my next episode will be my 1 year Flosstube anniversary. Because that is in 3 weeks, so I don't want to kind of do one in 2 weeks and then try and do one with only a week. I might, but I'm not getting a ton of stitching done at the moment, so, and we're going away next weekend, so this is where we're at. I have a bunch of stitching today. I'm going to change that. I have worked on 13 projects, but most of these are for Stitch Maynia, so there are only a couple hundred stitches, so it's not a lot of progress, but I've touched a lot of projects. I am going to try and work backwards from the last time I filmed, so I'm going to jump straight into the stitching. It's going to take a bit. First up we have Villa Mirabilia by Mirabilia, and here she is. And here's where she was, and here's where I'm at. She's not on the scroll rod today, so you can get a general here where I am. And this is the section I've been working on. Sorry for the hanging threads, I had to frog a section, so I'm waiting till I get back down to it to restitch them to make sure I've put them in the right spot. The current row of 10 I'm working on, or row of 10 by 10 squares, is halfway down. So the pattern's at about 38%, but I'm halfway down the pattern. So we're getting there. That's how much I've got left to go. Sorry. I got about 24,500 stitches on this. This is stitched on Bayeux by LA, 28 count Lugana. Needle minders are both from Black Needle Society. A lot of my minders are going to be from Black Needle Society today. I'm going to warn you on that. So I am hoping to get her finished before the end of the year. I would like to start Cinderella, but I honestly think it's going to be a next year finish. Next up we have Red Lady Pirate, also by Mirabilia. These are basically the order I stitched them in. Here is where she was, and here's where I'm up to. I believe it's mostly just in the bottom sections. I've got about 2,800 stitches left on this. I got just under 1,000 on it last time I worked on it. I am hoping to get about another 750 stitches on it this month. I think it's 750. It might be 1,000. For Fandom Stitches. Fabric is 28 count Tropic Waters by LA. Needle minders are Angus Little Needle Minders, and I do not know who sent me this one as a freebie. I think it was Descent Stitches, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. But there we go. She's making progress. I am hoping to get her finished by July. So next month my goal is to get a ton done, because my first 2 weeks of July I'm basically going to just be on Frog Wash 5. At least that's the plan. Next up is ANZAK by Long Dog Samplers. And here's where I was up to, and here's where I'm currently at. So I worked on this bit. There we go, down that way. I may have got some more of this done as well. I didn't do a ton. I only got about 300 stitches in it, so it's only going to be down here. It would have been basically 3 lengths. This is stitched on Palomino Gold from Livendale LA. Needle minders are Ginger Stitch AU and Inchworm Designs. Also, I'm really enjoying the nurges. I do have to make some grime guards for them because the ones I have are all too big, too wide. I've probably got to make them at about 2 inches instead of the 4 to 5 I make them in. This is also stitched in 181 PR. This was a silk hank I purchased from Silks For You. So next up is Mickey. I call it Mickey Head Heroes just because there's also a villain one. I really need to look up what this is called on Etsy. Here is the design. Here is where I'm was up to, and here is where I'm at. I did get about 1,000 stitches done on this, about 1,100. I finished Rapunzel. I did Wreck-It Ralph, did some more of the sparkles, and started Dopey. So I don't know whether this will get any work this month. I'm way behind where I should be. I was hoping to have this finished by July. Sorry, by the end of June. So, but I'm like 37% done. It's not going to happen. But maybe later in the year I'll get some months where I get more work done on these, because I would like to get both of them finished before the end of the year. Needle minders on this are Dying for Sass, and one I got given at a retreat, and the fabric is BeStitchMe by BeStitchMe, which I got from the Black Needle Society. Next up is To All Good Night. I found my pattern. I'd put it in a safe place. But here we go. So this is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And here is where I was. And here is where I'm up to. I only got a couple hundred stitches on it. I think I used 300 for a prompt for Phantom Stitches. So, like, that's all I got. So, I just filled in some more of this blue and did a bit more of this black. So, we're getting there. I actually really like working on this. I don't know why I don't work on it more. I really don't. Hopefully, like, around Christmas, I'll do a bunch more on it. The fabric is just a 28 count, no, 32 count Opal Lugana. Minders are from Stacey's Creative Stitching, who is now Thread Thy Needle, and one that was given with a bunch of other ones I got. I think this was Kim's Creative Minders. Next up is Happy Haunts by Good Morning Maui. And here is where I was. I didn't get much done on this. I got like, what was it, 200 stitches? 240 stitches. Pretty sure they're all in the head there of the butler. So progress is progress. I am hoping to get a bunch more stitches on this over the next couple of weeks. I think I've got like 2,000 stitches that I can do for prompts for the monthly stitching for fandom. I'm at 3,200 stitches left. I do need to get it down to about 300. I think I'm basically going to be leaving the maid's dress, even though the last element is going to be the cat statue, which is on the other end, because there's a lot of backstitch in that. I don't want to be doing any backstitch. I just want to get the stitches done and I'm good to go. Fabric is 32 count Lugana in Haunted Mansion by Live and Die LA. Needle minders are Galloway Gallery, the Galloway Minders on Etsy, and Kim's Creative Minders. And now we start on to Maynia. So I am doing Stitch Maynia with Fandom Stitches, Fandom Stitching Essential. I am doing the 200 stitches a day, 24 starts. I'm using cells. I'm doing about half and half actually. So for my first one that I didn't stitch for like the first 3 days. I was doing a lot of prep. I started the Mermaid, Mermaid of the Seasons, Mermaids for the Seasons, Mermaids of the Seasons by Bella Filipina. And I had not started this when this was running, so I have technically now started 3 parts of this. So I am going to be doing the start of part 4 as well, but not for, like, it's 22 or something on my list. I did a tiny decisions wheel because I had about 30 different possible starts, so I just put them all in, did tiny decisions, and I was like saving my brain. So all I have been doing is the grey border. I did about 200 stitches on each of them. So it's really not a lot. I'll do the same thing on winter, and then my next time I work on it, will be finishing all of those grey borders. The fabric is 28 count Opal Lugana in Mermaid Lagoon by Live and Die LA. Minders are from I need to look that up. I did get it from Etsy. Ginger Stitch AU and Angus Little Needle Minders. That could have been Thread Wine, because that is acrylic one. So I am getting converted over to the acrylic minders. They are lighter. I was like, no, I don't like the acrylic minders, they're too light. But now that I'm doing stuff on the Nurge, the acrylic ones are actually really nice. Next up, I work, so that's 3 of my starts. It's like 1, 3, and like 8, I think. And as I said, then I'm doing part winter as like towards the end of the month. The next one I worked on was James Webb Telescope. I've actually worked on this since, because I use this for fandom stitches, so I've actually got over 2,000 stitches on this. I got 2,200 stitches done on this. And so here is where we're at. Oh, sorry, I have needle minders have decided to stick together. Apparently I've put them all too close together on the folds. There we go. So I started part 3, which was starting this one for the for the Maynia, but I have completed now part 1. Part 1 is 100% complete. So that was all of the frames plus this one here. Part 2 is 50% complete because it's that one there. This is the start of part 3, and then the rest of them is kind of towards the bottom. This is stitched on 28 count Lugana in Midnight Sky by Live and Die LA. Minders are Ginger Stitch AU, and Dying for Sass. So that's where I'm at. I'm pretty happy with the progress I got on this actually. The 2,800 stitches really got me a ways along on that. The next part comes out like this week, but I'm not stressing about being up to date. I have another space one that I'm also trying to get up to date, so we're fine, we're good, we're cruising. Next up is I started the Celebrate All Year sale by Live and Die, by Black Needle Society. This came as part of the Nice List, which kitted the floss and the first 3 months fabric. So I have so far started the first 3 months. I haven't finished any of them. I will be aiming to finish these next month. So again, and I'm going to be starting May, because April didn't come up on the wheel. So here we go with January, and there's January. Sorry, it's a lot of white on this one. So can we see? It's actually not white, it's winter white, but there we go. So each of these had about 220, 250 stitches. Basically, I finished the thread, counted it as my 200. February, all of these are stitched on the blue-grey linen, and all of the miters are from Black Needle Society. There's the top. Here is February, so this was for pie month. So I've done the top of half the pies and started on the second side. And then for March, and the top. So not a lot done on these. I do hope to get these finished next month. June is a finishing bonus, and you know, each of these are like 2,000 stitches. I can probably knock them out in a couple of days. I'm gonna have 6 of them, but let's see how many I can knock out. Next up is the Hubble telescope. So this one is the Hubble telescope by Climbing Goat Designs. So it was James Webb, because I think I didn't say who the designer was on that one. Here is the pattern. So this one has been completed. This was last year's, and I started part 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, part 6. So I worked on this one here. This is going to come out a couple more times, so all of my boxes will get starts on them. And then I just keep plugging away. I've got, this was 9 parts. That will get me up to part 8. Part 9 is the telescope in the center, plus all the names of all the pieces of the designs. This is stitched on 28 count Midnight Sky, same fabrics I'm using for James Webb. And needle minders are from, no, these ones are thread wine, I think. We're nearly at the end. Next up is Winter Wonderland by Jan Hicks Creates. I got this again in a nice list from Black Needle Society. And this was kitted. This is actually being stitched in Weeks and Gentle Arts. And I got like 200 and something stitches done on this, maybe 3. Nope, this is the one I've got the least done on. Only got 221 stitches on this. Actually, that's not true. I'm pretty sure one of the oh, I lost it back. Oh no, I just haven't. Oh, because that's going on the other project. So this is where I'm at, and so I mean, even I'm already 10% in, so like this isn't going to take long. About 2,300 stitches. The only problem is this is 1x1 stitching because it is slightly variegated. Floss. Needle minders are from Forbidden Fibre Co. That was part of the Advent box, and Black Needle Society, that was in the I do not remember who the designer is of that. That was in the Black Needle Society nice list. And then 2 more to go. Next up is Yuletide Deer by Fox and Rabbit. I got this from Stitch and Button for the 2022 Christmas Advent. So this came fully kitted. This is actually on a 16 count Ada in, I believe, Ocean Air. I believe this is the called for floss. And there we go. So I've nearly finished December 21, December 25. Then we just come into the deer. Again, shouldn't take long. I mean, I got 320 stitches and I'm 18% done. So, like, again, I'm hoping to get that finished next month. But it is, I think it's a 16 count. It could be an 18 count. This is a 32, so, but it is an Ada, so I think it's a 16 count. It's smaller than I like. I've gotten used to 32 even weave, but the squares seem really tiny. And last project I worked on is Death by Cross Stitch. This is a restart. I got 200 stitches done. I actually got like 260 because it was 2 lengths. This is being stitched on, it's a slightly dark version of On Thin Ice by LA 32 count Lugana, and I'm stitching it in 152 PR by Silk for You. I mean, this colour is amazing. Like, you can't even see it. Like, it's got purples and teals, blues in it. There's a reason why LA does a lot of those colours. It's called me and Val like those colours. They're fun to dye. But as I said, this is actually a silk, so it stitched up pretty well. So I just did it like with the hour to go on the day I did it. So that's why I've only done that much. Needle minders are Ginger Stitch AU and Lemon LA. So that is all of my stitching. It's not a ton of progress, but a lot of pieces touched. I'm only at day 12. So today I completed day 11 of the 24 days. I cannot miss a single day, with the exception of the 26th, which I've already kind of allowed for, to get my 24 by the end of the month. 26th is our wedding anniversary. We are going away. I'm going to be at Disney. By going away, we're going to Anaheim. Like, our very early getting together was at Disney, so I am hoping to get a Blue Bayou reservation. I don't know if it's going to happen. And also Fantasmic reopens, and when we got back together we did Disney and went to Fantasmic, so I'm kind of really hoping to do both of those. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm hoping to get more work done on a couple other projects. So like the projects I'm doing for the Stitch Mania will only be getting the 200 stitches, because I need to be putting a ton of time in Happy Haunts, Red Lady Pirate. I'm putting in another 400 stitches in to the pies because one of them was like Stitch on a Sweet Treat. And then I have another project I need to work on as well. So I need to put those stitches in as well. But yeah, that's everything. I've got a tiny bit of haul. I did a 1, 2, 3 stitch order to get the blue I needed for April, May, June. This is navy Belfast linen in 32 count. It's not my real jam. Like, I'm not a huge linen person, but I am kind of enjoying doing these on a flat colour for a change. I also, when I was doing that, ordered the Petite Treasure braids. I am subbing out the light effects on Electrical Light Parade. So a couple of golds, a silver, a copper, and like holographic white. I think that may be the colour that's going to use when I finally get around to subbing out Krennic. I have a ton of it though, so I'm not in a super rush to do that. And I also got a new Mill Hill kit of the Princess Carriage. So I've got about 3 or 4 Mill Hill kits I still want at the moment. So I do have one in the order that is coming for the remaining 2 fabrics I need for my Maynia starts. I thought I had fabrics for those, but they were 28 Joblins, not 32 count Luganas, so I have switched. I also in that 1, 2, 3 stitch order. Sorry about that. I ran out of space on my memory card. That's what I get for not deleting film. I also recorded last week, so I had a couple of extras on there as well. So the last thing I got in that order was new Snag Nabbit. It's just handy to have. I don't tend to use them much, but I did lose my last one, so I wanted to grab a new one. I also did an Amazon order, and included in that order was the Ginger Stitch Bubbles Minders. I still want to get the leaves and the soot sprites in these little tiny little cute ones. I also grabbed some binder clips with the intention of I'm hoping that these will be a little bit better for doing floss drops when I'm using cards over the acrylic binders. And I'm not sure if I showed this before. I found it in the it was on top of my dresser. So Val got this one for me for a while ago from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and it is a koala catalog. Caterpillar Cross Stitch being a UK company, find it weird, but baby sleeping koala is adorable. So I very much appreciate that from Val. I think that is everything for stitching. Couple of plans. I said I'm going to keep going with my Maynia, working on projects I need to get closer to a finish. As I said, I did go to Disney, so I have a new drawing. I've actually been a couple of times since the last time I filmed, but I didn't get into the Animation Academy when I went with my husband and brother-in-law. Just the day didn't work. We were trying to get other stuff done. We also did Genie Plus, and it feels like a waste of time when you're already paying that much on top of your ticket to get into the park. But I drew Baymax. It's not bad. I need to get a little bit lighter with the pencil, but otherwise he's pretty cute. I did second guess myself and tried to redraw him, but then I went back to my original because I thought I had put the circle in the wrong spot. So that is about it. As I said, I had a skin reaction to sunscreen, so yay, I have another sunscreen I can't use. And then I've had this cold for about a week and a half, so yay. And at that I sound better than I did like even last Monday. So I'm filming this on the 17th. Yeah, 17th. I today went and applied for my replacement passport to change my name to my married name, which is awesome. Anybody who has applied for a passport internationally from their country they're applying for knows it's an ordeal. So the Australian passport photo requirements are different from the American passport photo requirements. And I had photos, but they were the wrong size, so I had to go and get new photos. I can use the photos I have for my immigration application, so at least they're not a complete waste. So yeah, that's like a bonus. Hopefully I'll have that in about a month's time, and then I can apply for the next step of immigration, so yay. Also I'm doing more work at the moment with more nights, which is great. I actually like doing closes, so got a couple more of those coming up, a couple more trips to Disney, and I have friends coming out in September who we have now booked their Disney and LA parts of the trip for, so I'm getting super excited for that for September. As I said, either my next video or the one after will be my 1 year anniversary. It's the 8th of June, so which is 3 weeks from tomorrow, which is when this will get posted. So I'm on, as I said earlier, on Instagram under Kakanso. Please do the YouTubey things like subscribe, comment. Please comment. I will respond. I will try to respond. I try to comment on others. I like interacting with people, so I just don't get a lot of comments, so I don't respond much because I'm not getting the comments to prompt me to respond. So yeah, there is that. But on that note, please find what makes you happy, work on your jam, and I hope you have a great couple weeks. Ciao.